Habari ya asubuhi wa Kenya wenzetu na ndugu yangu hapa. Mimi nimesahau. Habari ya jioni Miguda na wa Kenya wenzetu. Habari gani? Miguda, habari gani?
Niko salama kakangu, niko salama, niko vizuri. Baridi tu pale niko.
Mvua ipo. Miguda, huko kweli? Sikupati.
Halo? Unasema? Unanisikia?
Vizuri sana.
Nasema niko salama tu, hali ya hapa na pale niko kuna baridi, mvua. Na pia Kenya kuna siasa mingi. Siasa za NDC, sarakasi za ODM hapa na pale. Mambo yazidi kuchemka. Kenya imekuwa nchi nzuri sana.
Unajua uzuri ya nchi yetu ni kwamba siasa huwa ishi. Baada tu ya kufanya uchaguzi wa rais na tuseme kwamba uchaguzi mkuu, baada zile matokeo kuwekwa pale tukajua nani ameshinda, the following day, siku ijayo ni siasa. Tutapiga siasa mpaka siku ile bado tunaenda uchaguzi. Sasa Kenya huwa ishi na ni kitu ambacho tumezoea kabisa kabisa. Na leo ni chama cha ODM, kesho itakuwa ni chama cha UDA, itakuwa tena chama cha KANU, ambapo kwa saizi ni chama ambacho hata akijulikani iliko wapi. Hata sijui kama ni chama ambacho saizi watu wanaweza kuwa. Saizi tumeiweka katika historia za kumbukumbu kwamba tulikuwa na chama cha baba na mama ambapo ilikuwa inaitwa KANU. Unajua saizi hakuna mtu ambaye anazungumzia KANU hata kidogo.
Hiyo ni kweli. Unajua wakati tulianzanga na wewe kufanya hii podcast, ilikuwa tu ile mwaka tulimaliza uchaguzi 2022. Na tuliwahi kuwa kwa hii kipindi hakuna siku tumekosa. Unajua wakati huo marafiki zangu walikuwa wananiambia hii Kenya yenu, yani siasa elections ziko 2027 na nyinyi mshaanza tu siasa. Kenya hakuna siku tunapumzika, ni siasa.
Ni siasa. Kweli hiyo ni vizuri. Lakini uko vizuri?
Niko vizuri sana. Naona kama mambo yako vizuri, na pia leo ni siku ya Friday kama kawaida, ingawa tuko na changamoto hapa na pale, lakini Sabato lazima tuende tu Sabato.
Nyinyi unajua hiyo Sabato yenu kwa saizi, sisi watu unajua tunakaa tunaiogopa sana kwa sababu matendo ambayo yanatokea. Unajua siku mhubiri fulani alichukua kisu kadunga nayo mwenzake pale wakiwa wanahubiri. Hapo tu bado tu ni kanisa yenu. Juzi kati hapa tukaona pia kijana kameamua kuharibu sura ya wasichana wa wengine. Sasa sisi tunaogopa, tunasema kweli tunaelekea wapi bana?
But uzuri ya hayo matendo Bro Benson, ni kana kwamba Yesu Kristo alisema ya kwamba yeye amekuja kukomboa wale wafanya dhambi, hajakuja wale watakatifu. Sasa vile sisi hata kama wafanya dhambi wa katika kanisani ni vizuri juu ndiposa Yesu Kristo awabadilishe wakuwa watu wazuri.
Sasa atabadilisha aje bana, na mtu ashachomwa na acid pale bana? Itakuwaje mzuri? Sura kanee kameenda. Na leo hii ule jamaa ametolewa kwa dhamana, sijui kama ni ukweli, lakini nimeona mtu kaandika kwamba ametolewa kwa dhamana.
Ametolewa kwa dhamana juu hata ako na haki ya dhamana. Unajua kitu kama hiyo? Hiyo ni haki yake. Sasa amepatiwa haki yake.
Lazima mtu apate haki yake kisheria. Asante sana. Naona Junet pia hako hapa anatusalimia, na mwambia Junet tutakuwa tunaenda SDA kusali. Sijui kama utaungana na sisi ama wewe pia unaogopa kama wengine wameanza kuuliza maswali mengi, lakini Miguda anatuhakikishia kwamba mambo iko shwari huko. Miguda, uko salama?
Mambo iko shwari huko. Ile kanisa ilikuja ama Yesu Kristo alikuja wale wafanyi dhambi. Sasa hata kama Waislamu wako na hayo dosari, hiyo ni mambo ya sasa ya mambo ambaye Mungu Yesu Kristo ndio pekee anaweza hukumu mtu. Binadamu hana
mamlaka.
Jinsi ya kuhukumu mtu. Yeah.
Wanasema when the right time comes it will happen.
Yeah, sure.
Ikifika wakati mwafaka itafanyika. Hapa ndio Biblia inatuambia hivyo.
Hiyo ni kweli kabisa.
Anasema leo ni orange kila mahali. Orange
mpaka shati yako hata wewe umedunga orange.
Lazima lakini Judy, mimi si mwanachama. Leo kwa bahati tu
leo hata mimi nimedunga, lakini mimi niko na black.
Naona Gypsy pia yuko hapa anatusalimia. Gypsy, I hope you're doing fine. We are here. Maybe if you have something new to share with us, we will really appreciate. Miguda, there's quite a lot that is taking place before we go to the what took place, especially on the two NDC, that is the Linda Mwananchi and the ODM SDC. And there are a few things that I picked from those two meetings of ODM, and we will look into them. Okay, leo umeamua, wacha tuone hii sura yako yenye umekuwa ukificha kwa muda mingi. Hebu acha nione tuone.
Leo nilikuwa nadhani nimetoa tu ili asione kwamba kila mtu amevaa orange. Mimi niko na black.
Sasa black ni kama unajua pia kwa black huwa inaonesha kwamba unaomboleza ama kuna jambo fulani ambao imefanyika ambao haupendi. Kwa nini?
Black si leo hakuna jambo kibaya. Hiyo logo yangu inaonyesha kwamba kuna venye kulikuwepo leo.
Okay, asante sana. Tunaheshimu kauli ya kila mtu na maono yao ama yes, maono yao. Miguda, thank you very much. Today President William Ruto was in Kiambu and he was having what we call development tour, and what took place was quite much, I think it was not surprising to me because sometimes it happened. Kimani Ichung'wah heckled by Juja crowd during Ruto's Kiambu tour. The tense moment happened Friday in Nyakafa village, Juja, as Ruto commissioned projects worth over 750 billion. These projects that are being commissioned, Miguda, where is the money? Are these budgeted for? Anyway, that will including road infrastructure to boost local growth. Chants like anaona moto watu wa Juja hawapendi, meaning he's seeing fire Juja people do not want him, forced Ichung'wah to cut his remarks short, even as many wore Ruto's party colors. Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangu got cheers instead, while Ruto continued with pledges like 5 billion more for initiative and thicker Nairobi expressway amid broker economic unrest. This story is a summary of post on X and so when you look at President, he came the other day from Luo Nyanza. There are so many promises that he made. Today, President has made a pledge of commissioned a project of 750 billion with another 5 billion more pledges on initiative. So that is also something that is trending. Mr. Miguda, what is your take on the pledges of the president?
I just want to state one issue. When Mr. President was visiting Luo Nyanza, to be precise, people were saying that he's commissioning many projects in Luo Nyanza. But right now, he's in Central, Mount Kenya. He's commissioning the same projects. And I've not seen the people complaining that he is commissioning many projects in that region. So sometimes that's why we need to sometimes to not to go too far, because sometimes we are victims of our statement. Sometimes we are victims of our critics. What I want to say, the difference is the projects which he has commissioned in Luo Nyanza, most of them have been completed. The projects that he commissioned in Luo Nyanza, most of them are currently ongoing. Because I'm privy, I've moved to those projects, and even there are some people who are working as engineers.
Okay.
Or maybe some is a son to your friend. So what I can say, those ones are on. But the question I'm asking,
Yeah.
where's the money? Because like right now, 750 billion, where's that money going to come from? And
Mm.
people also ask where is the money for SGR
Mm-hmm.
from Naivasha to Kisumu Malaba.
Mm.
So I think sometimes there's money, or what I can say, sometimes projects have been budgeted.
Yeah.
Those ones can be completed.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the ones which have not been budgeted?
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes you can find that maybe like the railway is loan. Sometimes the government can decide to borrow
Borrow.
to complete a project like the Kisumu SGR. You know that one they have borrowed from Britain
Okay.
because they need to complete it before the elections, according to them.
Okay.
So I think sometimes they borrow, but later it's going to be future taxes for we the people are going to pay it.
To pay for it.
I can just say what I can say. The government sometimes are borrowing more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there are some are being stolen.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. The borrowing and what else? This is another. I don't know how this one is going to work. And social media. This is Kenya issues. Okay, no, leave about that one. There's something that here I saw quite much interesting. I don't know whether you come across it. Kenya allows withdrawal from affordable housing savings. How do you withdraw from that savings from the government? How do you withdraw? The government announced plans to let people withdraw voluntary savings from the Boma Yangu platform, partnering with the telecom firm for a dedicated system. This addressed complaints about um, access clinch and trust in President Ruto's program aiming to build 250 units yearly against 2.5 million deficit. Lawmakers questioned portal issues and property rules nationwide. Officials pledge awareness drive, public views divide, with some welcoming the flexibility and others demanding levy refunds. How then? Yeah. How is this one going to work? You withdraw your money from the funds. From where? How can you?
What they are saying,
Yeah.
because you have had some people
Mhm,
are demanding for the levy refunds.
mhm,
Withdrawal doesn't mean that now you are taking back your levy. What
mhm,
happens
mhm,
by the time you are leaving Bomayetu, when
mhm,
they were taxing you
mhm,
house levy,
mhm,
up out of that percentage, there
mhm.
was a certain percentage for savings, smaller
Yeah.
one. So
Mhm,
that's what I'm telling you, that you can withdraw your savings. Are you getting the point? Not that you can get back your levy,
mhm,
not getting back the levy, getting back the savings, which
mhm.
were part of the levy. Like ASLA funds. When we go for ASLA funds, we have the savings aside. Maybe your savings, if you have 500 bob, your saving is 46, 45 bob or 46. Now they're telling you, you can withdraw that 46 bob, but not the 700 you have paid
So,
for
uh,
rate. So
you
not
said
withdrawal of the levy
no,
funds, but
no.
withdrawal of the savings.
Listen, Miguda. Yeah, okay, you're talking about savings. Okay, we will look at how it works. Those are just some of the things that we the family of the brother to Rigathi Gachagua, who was a governor for Nyeri, has written to president to look into the estate. You know, there's that Rao estate and inheritance. I think they have a problem with it. So that is also something that is happening. We don't know whether it's coming a time when the politics of President William Ruto and accusing, they've been accusing themselves on the internet about somebody taking the property of his brother. So there's that one also that they've written to president. They want to know more about their property. Yep. What do we say about that?
That one, I don't know much about it. It's more of a family issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because right now the name of the family is in the public domain and public discourse. Now they have come in also. Maybe you don't know, they are using maybe their lawyer privately to do it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to delve much into the family affairs. It's not. something to bring in the public, like President Ruto and Gachagua bring it on the public. They can solve it in court.
There's settling scores in public. Okay, thank you so much, Miguda. Now, let's come to today. What happened today, especially in Nairobi County, where we had two meetings taking place. Especially there was SDC led by Oburu Axis, and there was People's NDC led by Sifuna. But let's start with Oburu Axis. One thing that we have to agree, the organization was very successful, because when you arrived, there were these ushers were giving you merchandise for the ODM, and they were really dressed well. That is something that I picked from that. Another thing that I picked from that SDC, the presence of Babu na Mwamba. That is a very big, especially when you're looking at it, and it informs of what is going to happen next, especially with the Babu na Mwamba, who is not a member of ODM, who was chased from ODM, today was at SDC. This is how many years after he was chased by men in black. And so today he was there. There was also presence of Winnie Odinga, where she made her speech. So that is something that also we picked. There was also Ososi was dropped as the deputy party leader, and the two other party leaders, deputy party leaders, were confirmed to be the party leaders. So ODM now has two deputy party leaders. And what is the effect, or what role do they play as two party leaders? Then also we had Linda Ground, Linda Wananchi, too, had their meeting at Fungamano House. At some point, there were security apparatus that came, and from Orengo said that from yesterday, the place was barricaded by the police, and they had some argument, but at long last, they accessed the place. During their meetings also, the police officers came. Babu Owino talked to the police. So I'm seeing a photo where Babu Owino was having a conversation with them. Then after that, they left. So that is something that we also saw. Another thing that we saw from ODM, NDC, people NDC, was one, the majority, some of the people who were in that meeting, Miguda, were not members of ODM, and that is also something that we have to look and discuss and give our views on. So those are some of the things that I picked. So you can also share with us what you picked from the NDC before we come to the speeches. Thank you so much, Mr. Miguda.
Okay, thank you, Bro Benson. Just the observation from the two different DC. The first SDC, which was held at Jamhuri grounds, whereby the Oburu-led team were having their SDC. What I observe very quick is, first, it was organized. It was very much organized. And I saw people like Odiworongwen. When you see where Odiworongwen is, that is where ODM. So I saw Odiworongwen. I also saw the MCs for Raila, the lady and the Mudomobagi. Those people used to work with Raila all over. So I can say there were strange faces, not strange, but the faces which has been missing in action. Babu na Mwamba presence is very much significant, because from her speech, very, very careful that he was invited one of the guests at the NDC. And when now authority was dropped and there was no vacancy felt by anyone, it means that your guess as right as mine. The Western picture is now the new person who was in the SDC. On the other hand, I saw my friend, my mentor, James Agri Orengo. I've been supporting him for a quite long time. I saw him present with the comrades. I saw Comrade Babu Owino, my friend. I also saw Edwin Sifuna, my guy. I saw Pauline Joroge. So they were on the street actually moving to Fangano. So what makes me happy is because they confronted the administration, like I've been advocating for the freedom of assembly, whereby you have to assemble no matter what. So when they were granted access to Fungamano, and they assemble and they have their meetings. That's how it should be. This issue of tear gassing people and blocking roads for people, we are beyond. We're past that one. So I'm very glad that they were having their meeting, and their meeting went successfully because I was able to hear Karoli Omondi delivering very, very vital speech. So to me, I can just say both NDC and SDC in terms of the people's NDC and the SDC in terms of successful, both of them achieved. They achieved what they wanted to achieve, because right now we are discussing both two. But most importantly, in terms of organization, the Oburu SDC was a bit organized compared to the people's NDC.
All right, thank you so much. And let us just play soundbite, especially from Winnie Odinga.
Before you, not just as a proud life member of ODM, but as a voice of the vibrant, hopeful, and resilient young Kenyans who've come from this country. It is not lost upon me that today I may be one of the youngest people that stands on this stage. But I carry this responsibility of their dreams and their aspirations. I love you too. Now, something I wanted us to bring back into context is the values of this party. The values that created the foundations of this party. Maisha Bora that we built 20 years ago. Those are the values of our forefathers. Now, when I was coming here today, I decided to do something, because I feel as a party, we may be leaving some of our members behind. So if you give me a chance here, I want to read some messages that were sent in my DMs today. One is from a lady called Aisha Ngala. She's from Twapa. Every morning she wakes up, she goes to the market, she sells her vegetables to feed her 2 children. She's dreaming of a better life. I feel this party, we may have forgotten her. But Aisha, we have not forgotten you. Well, your journey is what will inspire us. We are coming back to help you. Down the road here, I got a message from a boy called James. He had studied computer science. He was filled with ambitions, hopes, and dreams. James cannot find a job. He's now walking on the streets. James asks for a new ODM. We must be that new ODM. There's another lady who sent me a message called Wavinya. She makes jewelry in the city here. She feels that the party, we have left her behind. We must create a new ODM that brings all these people on board. These stories that I'm saying reflect the struggles of millions of people in this country. When we talk about the new ODM that we envision, we want a party that opens doors and not closes them. We want a leadership that listens to our concerns and acts on our ideas. We want participation as young people that extends beyond rallies. We want to be involved and our voices shape decisions and negotiations. We want a decentralized power, empowering our branches and our grassroots. We want to revamp our youth league into a platform where young people can join to shape and share policy. We want to hold our leaders accountable. We want a new ODM. As I stand here from Nairobi, and thank you to Nairobi for always standing with me, I don't underplay the victims of this maandamano. We cannot overlook that reality. We cannot be a party that does not care about the struggles that we have come through. We want a new ODM. So I want to stand here and state clearly, the new ODM must be a tool to work for young people. Our systems must work for our young people. Our young people are demanding their rightful space on this table. I say this with the utmost humility because we must create space for these people instead of only calling them when we want them to shout. So therefore, as we finish the part of this, one thing I'm going to ask for is a spirit of reconciliation, a spirit of understanding, a spirit of listening, a spirit that does not chase away, that does not force out, a spirit that opens and lets us in. We want space, we want a face for ODM. And so I say this with all the humility. Congratulations, party leader. And we believe as you lead this next cycle of transition, as they call you youth leader, you will open the space in this party for all the millions of young people of Kenya. And you will give us our space here. Thank you very much. With those few remarks, Leo's kuja kuchoma. Today, I just came to wish you well. This is my party, but let us embody.
Okay, Miguda, thank you so much, and thank you everyone. And now, when you listen to Winnie Odinga's speech, there are so many things that I'm picking out from that speech. I feel that the speech of Winnie Odinga was so much neutral. She did not hit, especially where she was expected to hit, especially, as you know, because she has talked about the space of young people in the party. She has talked about the spirit of reconciliation, and also wished Oburu Odinga well in the transition of the party. And it was a lukewarm speech. You know, as we know right now, the ODM is geared towards forming the government with the President William Ruto, and or having a conversation with the UDA that is headed by President William Ruto. To me, I think he's not really supporting that. Maybe inwardly, but today, in her speech, it still sends few signals that things are not well. What do you think, Mr. Miguda?
Oh, okay. Today, your shirt shows that you are at NDC. You know, when we were playing Winnie's Winnie's clip, I thought you were inside NDC. Anyway, today you have an orange jersey. So I'm saying,
I wish.
I wish.
I thought I could have, put my black one. Today I have black shirts.
It's a coincidence. So I'm saying, when you hear what Winnie is saying, in my view, Winnie is a new generation. Winnie is a new person when in the terms of Oburu and the forefathers. Because Winnie, she's bringing for you the historical perspective of the founding fathers of ODM. And also, she's creating into the mind of the audience perception that the emergence of the young leadership in this party, and also try to create the contrary, whereby there is no union between the old guards and the young thugs. So she appears as someone who's bringing reconciliation between old girls and young thugs, but particularly she speaks for the young thugs, and she's projecting herself to lead the young thugs of the young generation of that time, of that party, of that tribe, or of the coalition they will have in future. Winnie, in my view, she's very much independent in that party. That's why she has got no business to discuss the future of broad-based discussion between Oburu and Ruto. That's Oburu and team's business. With her, she's very much concentrating on her political path. How does she want to emerge independently within ODM? That's why she's too much about the young people have been left behind. The young people, we are only using them when we are in need of them, but we've abandoned them. So try to give her space. Which space is she requesting? Number one, she's requesting for her own space. Her as Winnie, she want leadership in that party. And already you have had Nairobi delegates endorse her as the deputy party leader. So some of these are politics. Do not be swayed that Winnie can advocate for your interests more than her interests. Her interest precedes the young people's interests. So in my view, Winnie is a new jam whereby she has come to create a new face. And now the good part of it, she's a lady. So she wants to appear like she's advocating for the rights of the youthful people. At the same time, Winnie is playing cool because she knows very well that the Sifuna Babu wing has got youthful people. So even when she's in the podium of the Linda ground, she's as well advancing the interests of the Babu and Sifuna. So that whenever in future, she will have a soft landing with the young people of that particular type. Lastly, when she introduced the issue of information that someone who sells jewelry in the CBD, someone from Mutwapa, she's trying to create into the mind of the audience that she leases the ground. She interacts with the local people. She's in engagement with Mutwa Kawaida. And she's engaged not only in Nairobi, but across. You know, in Nairobi, that is now cosmopolitan, but even as far as Mombasa. So I think Winnie, in my view, whenever she got the opportunity, she usually advanced her own political path.
Okay, thank you so much. But now, bearing in mind that we have this relationship between the young people, especially majority of young people, the Gen Z group, that are not in line or are not supporting President William Ruto, majority of them. Do you think when Winnie speaks and he tends to speak for them, and at some point she will be supporting President William Ruto, or the party where she is will be supporting President William Ruto, do you think she will have that trust of the young people and say that, okay, we are supporting Winnie, we are not supporting Ruto, but we are here because of you?
I'm saying Winnie is trying to project herself in the future because whenever she got an opportunity in the ODM team, she advanced the interests of the young people. Remember, currently young people are anti-William Ruto. Majority of them. So whenever she advanced, if you go to the comment section, most of young people are saying, we agree with Winnie Mandela. Winnie has got followers. They say, okay, good job. Choma, you want such comments. In my view, Winnie wants a softer landing, that once they are done with William Ruto, with her, she will have a softer landing the other side. That as for me, whenever we were there, but I used to advance your interest, not the interest of the old guard. So that's it's just a matter of scheming politically, that in case of anything happen in future or today, she will have a soft landing with the younger people. But also remember, you cannot be loved across the country. There's no way you can be loved by everybody. That is normal. So Winnie does not need to be loved by everybody. Winnie, she's concentrating on her constituents. Because the other people, she can form coalition. Like right now, Gachagua has concentrated on Mount Kenya. The issue of Ukambani, the issue of Trans Nzoia, he can as well form coalitions with them to come together. You don't need to get reception in the entire country. You can just be loved by your people. They push you nationally, then you form partners in the future. So to Winnie, she's not there to get support of every youthful Kenya in this country. That is not her business. She's just particularly concentrating on her constituents.
All right, thank you so much. And the breaking news right now is breaking news. Communication Authority of Kenya has been allowed to cancel frequencies belonging to Standard Group for failure to pay statutory fee of 448,874,524. That means that 6 radio station and TV station will have to be pulled off air. So we will be missing Spice FM and KTN. So that is what is taking place, and I think this is something that has been in the courts for quite some time, and today the ruling has been made. So get prepared of missing Spice FM in the near future going forward. And let's come and talk about the presence of Babu Namwamba before we come into Oburu's speech. And this is my take. I feel big time, and the way Paul, how are you doing? Paul said at some point that Babu Namwamba presence was representing the interest of somebody who's sending, but it is true, because how many years has passed ever since Babu Namwamba was chased out of ODM, you know, during the Men in Black in Kasarani, and Babu has worked with President William Ruto for the long time. And even during that time when he was being chased out of Kasarani, some of the allegation or some of the rumors that were spreading was that the President William Ruto, he was not a president then, was working with the Babu Namwamba to stabilize ODM. And that's why Babu was exited from the party. Remember when Otieno Kajwang said that number one priority is fidelity to the party. You know, if we realize that you are working with our enemy, the Otieno Kajwang. Now today, somebody that was chased out of the party to stabilize or to unstabilize the party, today was invited as a special guest. But this is my prediction. I might be wrong. Babu Namwamba is prepared to take over as Secretary General to balance off Sifuna. That is one. Secondly, Babu Namwamba also is prepared as a comeback to the political scene. And how is he going to come back to the active politics? Babu Namwamba might run for Busia senatorial seat with ODM as a Secretary General, and that's what is going to bring him to the limelight. And what this one means, Babu Namwamba will not be loyal to ODM. That is a fact. Yeah, he will be loyal to the president. Those are my observations. And when he gets that Secretary General, I tell you, the campaigns that Babu Namwamba will do in Western Kenya just to make president have some votes, it is going to be a serious campaign. Remember when president was visiting the Western Kenya tour, development tour, Babu Namwamba was in Kakamega. Yeah. So that is my take. Miguda, what is your take on Babu Namwamba presence?
Okay.
Oh, we lost Miguda. So that is my take, especially on Babu Namwamba. So the presence of Babu Namwamba significantly means they want to balance off Sifuna. And how do want to balance off? They want to finish him politically, you know, especially his influence in Western Kenya. And Babu Namwamba is going to do that. You know, Babu Namwamba is a very good mobilizer, and he interacts very, very, very well with young people. So they're going to use that, his network and his influence, especially to drive ODM, you know, issues among the youths. Miguda, are you there?
Okay, Amir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good. I wanted to respond to the issue of Babu Namwamba, but I just want to focus on his speech to bring my point home. The presence, of course, he was one of the special guests invited by the party. And when he came with the ODM scarf. But remember, Babu Namwamba also left that party long time ago. And there was no way Babu Namwamba could abscond his ambassadorial duty to attend political function. Because as things stand right now, he's a state officer. So why was it so much urgent and important for him to attend the ODM SDC? Something is coming. First, if you look at the historical background, Babu Namwamba, during the time in SONU, that when they were SONU in the University of Nairobi, they were colleagues. Babu and John Mbadi were colleagues. They served in SONU. So these people, they are not new to each other. They know each other quite well for a quite long time. They are worked before, they are working, they part ways. So there's no permanent enemy and friend in politics. What I want to say is that if you focus on the Babu speech, Babu is very categorical that he once swore in with the name of Raila Odinga during the 10th parliament that he pays loyalty and allegiance to Raila Odinga. So he was speaking to the Raila's fans that I, Babu Namwamba, I have paid my loyalty and allegiance to the late Raila Amolo Odinga. Then if you focus on his speech deep, you understand that he's propelling himself to be the SG because he asked the audience that is your gun loaded? The 2027 gun, the AK-27. So in AK-27 gun, that is who command the troops is the general. So he's telling them, if your guns are loaded, then we are going to shoot. And I want to concur with you that him coming back to politics actively, because Ababu Namwamba, when it comes to matter of campaigns, he is gifted. He knows how to campaign very well. The energy, the synergy, the passion, and also the relationship between him and the young people. So he can do better, because at one point in life, he has been elected by the locals for a period of 10 years. So it's a new energy, but not to serve the interest of the party, to serve the master. And who's the master here? William Ruto, because it is only William Ruto who could have ordered Ababu Namwamba to abscond his ambassadorial duty and attend a political faction. Because I don't think Ababu Namwamba could have listened to the ODM people, because he has been with them, they know them. So he's going to there to work for William Ruto specifically. He's going to work for the current president, not the party.
All right.
Because Ruto has already bought ODM. So ODM is his property, and he decides to become the SG, to become the party leader. So that is his party.
Okay, thank you so much. And maybe I can play. I will play Ababu Namwamba's speech. And as you said earlier, and this is something that I always think about the politics. And today, if you look back when Ababu Namwamba was being chased out of ODM and the kind of comments and everything that people say about Ababu Namwamba today, those who are calling Ababu Namwamba names today, they were very happy and they were cheering. You see how sometimes politics can be quite much interesting. That and even like you could see on when Wanga was welcoming Ababu Namwamba, the way she was smiling. And the main goal here, and the main goal here is to balance Sifuna. That is what I'm telling you. But at the end of the day, ODM will be the greatest losers, especially in what is going to take place, because like the decision maybe they are making are short-lived. They're not looking at long-term and how can we build this party, especially we are looking at long-term solution to make that this party grows. But like they are kind of like short-term, like how can we encounter Sifuna influence, and how do we do this? We give it in for especially for the president even to make those decisions. So we will be here watching and seeing on how they will be navigating this immediately after election, if they are going to win or if they lose that election that is coming.
Absolute power in this party. Congratulations together with all the officials that have been confirmed in office. Ninataka kushukuru sana mwenyekiti wetu Her Excellency Gladys Nyasuna Wanga na wewe party leader kwa kunialika hapa leo. I am delighted to be among comrades. Every direction I see comrades, and I'm delighted to be here amongst you. 20 years ago, we started a journey to pursue power. 20 years is a long time. And we wanted to pursue power to make Kenya better on the basis of the social democratic way. And when we get power, when you get within, you do not continue to look backwards because and consolidate that position. Mimi nawahakikishia kwamba tuko pamoja na kuuliza wana ODM nyote, bunduki yenu ile ya AK-27 iko loaded. Bunduki ya AK-27 iko loaded. ODM fire! Fire! Fire!
Okay, that is Ababu Namwamba there with speech at SDC of ODM. And from the look of things, and my chairman, Sunanya, and my party leader, and say that we are together. So from the look of things is that like Ababu Namwamba, as we will be going forward, things are going to develop. Ababu Namwamba is a member of ODM and he is going to be the SG. He might be the SG of the party going forward. Msimama barigani.
Ndugu salama, hali yako?
Tuko vizuri.
ndugu yangu hapo pia naye apokee zangu hapo ni Buda na wale wengine wako kwa comment section. Naam kaka.
Leo tumekuwa na mkutano mawili, kuna ile ya Sifuna na kuna ya Oburu, na kwa kweli labda maoni yako kuhusu haya mkutano mawili, wewe unaweza sema mkutano mawili sawa?
Mimi bwana, cha kupongeza kwanza, nimempongeza Winnie upande huo wa kina Oburu. Winnie amenikosha moyo wangu ya alafu upande wa pili pia nalaani vitendo vya polisi nini na nini na mambo ambayo yametokea kule, pia si mambo poa. Ingawaje mkutano pia umeendelea, bali pia nako pia nimekusikiza vile vile nikakupa sikio nako. Sifuna ameongea yake na upande ule nao magia yao, so ni ishara wazi kwamba wito wa Winnie ambao wameuzungumza basi ukitiliwa maanani, labda itakuwa suluhu haswa ya utofauti huu ambao upo ndani ya chama, kimtazamo wangu ama katika ufunguzi wangu.
Okay, asante sana. Kabla najua unatengeneza mitambo yako Miguda, let's at least change gears. We will come back to the Oburu factions. Let's come to Sifuna factions. We saw Orengo, we saw Babu Owino, and we saw the presence of the police. What would you say about the group? Because from the look of things, and Sifuna say that he cannot be a SG for Oburu, it means that maybe he's on his way out of ODM. What do you make of that?
Okay, before I respond to that, first, I also have to state what you have said, that when Babu Namaba was speaking, actually two things. One, he recognized the fact that Wanga is the chairperson of the party and his party. He also recognized that Oburu Dinga is the party leader for ODM and his party leader. So Babu Namaba is in ODM, Akwa game. And you know, right now, like I've told you several times, when you are doing your signings, I don't know they had us speaking here because the other time I told them that you cannot replace Sifuna with a weak player like Omanyo. When you have quality players like Sifuna and Babu, you have to do new signings and bring quality players. So when you discuss the issue of a Babu campaigning in Western and also the influence, I think he's a quality player into that team. Now, in the Ufungamano guys, and also my people, James Orengo, my guy, Babu Owino, my guy, and Sifuna. These young thugs, Orengo, you know, his guidance is just like an elder guiding the young people. And that is good because it's good to have divergent brains and the experience like Orengo. When Sifuna was bold and state without any fear of contradiction that Oburu Dinga is a mediocre and he cannot follow the mediocrity team. To me, I can say, or I can state that it demonstrates that the youthful wing, they are bold, they have a stand, and they are ready to do what can be done for them to fight back. To the extent of addressing the party leader of Linda Ground, that it means that we can fight back. We can fight for ourselves. So I can say they demonstrated that we are able, because you understand earlier there was a presence of heavy policemen around that vicinity, but they moved, they confronted the police officers until they went to the scene. So to me, I can say they are showing first the divergent opinion, whereby people are not in a cage that everybody must belong to Linda Ground. And there's no compelling reason that all of us must belong there. If my thoughts, ideologies are not subscribed by Oburu, I have an alternative The alternative is Linda Wananchi, because in their view, they still believe that fighting for human rights is fundamental in the ODM. Oburu wing right now, they believe that fighting for human rights is a threat to the state. So when we have divergence of opinion as a people, it's good to me. So I can just say they tried and they made their say. We heard them. The public had it. So it's up to the public to decide. Do you subscribe to the Linda Wananchi school of thought, or you subscribe to the old guard school of thought of Oburu Odinga and the Fox? So it's up to the public to decide. So I can just say, from the look of things, you understand that the youthful people are pro Sifuna and Babu and James Orengo, but you cannot know the ratio, that how many followers they have, and also it depends on the geographical region. Because today in the morning, you saw those men in black, or the goons, were protecting Orange House, and you ask yourself, why do you think that Winnie is more influential in Nairobi compared to Wanga and Oburu? Because Winnie was able to order the goons to block the Orange House so that people can access their properties. And Babu also joined it with Sifuna and Orengo, were able to move with the youths walking. I saw Pauline Joroge also in the company moving towards one, and they come for the police. So people like Wanga cannot command youths in Nairobi. So it tells you the geographical region and how you play your politics. So I can just say, to me, at least they are starting something. But what they should do right now, they should decide that, because like I've told you, the real ODM where have the title deed of ODM is where Oburu is. And I've told you, people like Odiworongwen, you have seen them there. If you see Odiworongwen, that is where ODM is. So as for me, these people, they have taken the party, they have captured the party, what we call coup, and they are having the ODM. So what do? We have the people, we have energy, we have passion, we have synergy. Why can't we have a different vehicle and we move on? Because we are ready. Like me today, if I'm contesting for instance, I'm contesting in a Lego Songa. I want to be MP for a Lego Songa, and I have gone for nomination in ODM. They rigged me. I look for an alternative vehicle, and that alternative is the Sifuna factor. So Sifuna, Babu, Orengo should not waste time. Let them make for us a vehicle so that we can enter that vehicle, so that we can compete at the ground with the Linda ground. I think that's how it should be.
Okay, thank you so much. Msimamo uko sawa?
I think Msimamo has communicated on the chat. Look at the chat.
Right.
He has communicated.
Okay.
Yeah, poleni jamani, ni kumkatiza kaka kwa haraka. Kuna utamu anaongea, lakini ndio hivyo, angalau nichangie mama ili nikitimka nione nitie siku angalau. So mimi nilikuwa na kwa haraka maana nikashikwa njiani. Kwanza naweza nikasema naungana na kaka alipozungumza kwamba uhalisia wa ODM uko kwa kambi ya Sifuna na Babu na mzee Orengo. Hapo ndo kwenye uhalisia. Alichokisema Sifuna kwamba jamani ni kweli, lakini haswa kama kweli haswa tunaheshimu haswa misingi ya hiki chama, sikatae, sijaganda hapo. Waacha wananchi waamue. I feel that is a good thing. Mwananchi ndio mwamuzi kwa sababu yeye ndio mlengwa. So kwa misingi hiyo inanionyesha kwa jinsi gani ambavyo haswa pande zote mbili, nani ambaye anampasikio sana mwananchi ambaye haswa anasimama na yeye, na huo ndio uhalisia wa chama. Na upande wa pili tulitaka kushuhudia kwamba wale walitaka kuonyesha Nyanza wako na majority, Pwani wako na wajumbe, alafu Western wako na wajumbe, Kisii, kila mahali walitaka kuonyesha kwa media kwamba wako na wafuasi, wako na viongozi. Lakini miongoni mwa vile viongozi ambao wamesimama pale ni wale ambao walichaguliwa under leadership ya mzee, which we don't know whether wale wataweza kusustain tena ile majority ambayo ipo kwa sasa hivi, hasa ule muonekano kwamba utabaki ule ule, kwamba utafika 2027 tu ukiwa uko vile vile ama umeongezeka. So lazima hapo tuangalie haswa ule uhalisia na umuhimu wa hii mikutano. Lakini pia pili vile vile haswa ni kutoana na majibu na yale mahakama ambayo yameweza kutoa ule uamuzi ambao mahakama imeweza kutoa, unaona, ili huko kuweza kuhakiki haswa au kusikia haswa semi za hawa viongozi walipohojiwa kabla ya kuweza kuattend haswa ile mikutano. Nimefuatilia haswa baadhi ya semi zao, unakuta kwamba leo ndo mwamko kwamba chama kiliamua kwamba hatutakwenda hivi, na ndo nakuta kwamba kulikuwa na kama majibizano baina ya kama majibizano hivi, yani kama kujibiana katika baina ya party leader na Winnie Odinga. Haswa nikiangalia haswa katika matamshi, nikimalizia haswa kwamba nimeona kwamba kwa kiasi fulani haswa party leader wa ODM mzee wetu Oburu like alikuwa na mjibu haswa Winnie kwamba sawa, unataka tulete wote pamoja, tusikize hawa na wale tulete kwamba ODM tulete katika kuleta wala si kutimua, yani kuileta haswa ODM ionyeshe kwamba ni yenye kuleta ule mvuto kwamba kila mtu anataka awanie agombee kutokana na hiki chama, kutokana na misingi yake, yani ile picha kwamba kina ule uwiano, si kutimuana. But umeona kwamba naye anaweza kujibu pale pale kwamba ni kweli kitu tunafuata demokrasia ya chama, kwamba mtu akiwa na nidhamu ambayo ni finyu, basi hatuna budi la kuifuata demokrasia ya chama. So it's like kuna hayo majibizano. Kimtazamo wangu mimi nikiachia hapo, bwana, naona hapa maisha leo jamaa wangu. But anyway, yote ni siku, kila laheri. Asante.
Okay, asante sana. Na vile vile kuna jambo ambalo labda iko hapa Miguda, najua muda yetu ni kama inayoyoma, bado tutarudi na pia nawazungumza hapa na Marco Bura. Hii tu kidogo si ya NDC. Ruto challenges supporters who is a thief. The remark from Friday rally alongside military officer ramps up attention ahead of Kenya 27 election. The united opposition formed early 2026 by leaders like Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka show government graft, while Ruto counters by calling their past scandal pledge Auditor General reports flag billions irregularities under Ruto, and opposition figure face their own scrutiny as both sides trade barbs and corruption. So hapa Ruto aliwauliza between the united opposition and me, who is a thief? Hizo ndio sasa ambao tuko nayo.
I think that's just personal. In terms of a thief, I think all of them are thieves. You know, it's only thieves. They know each other. they have been stealing, so they know how much you have stolen. So we can say
ni vile tu kwamba nyani siku zote haoni kundule.
Me, I can just say all of them are thieves. So they know how to steal, they know what to steal, they know how they are stealing.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now, there's something here that is quite much interesting, and we are coming back to that. Boniface Mwangi now claims that at the peak of the Gen Z protests, he and Narima Wako drafted a letter to Raila Odinga backing coup against William Ruto. Is that a reason for this tag arrest Boni? Miguda, what do you say about that? How true is that? Can Boni Mwangi show us a copy of that letter? Because like when you do a letter, you have to, and who received the letter? All that is, we want to make relevant in politics. Miguda. All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Miguda, for taking your time to be here. As I told you earlier, I'm supposed to leave, and Marco Bura is held up in the traffic. I tell you, Nairobi traffic. Marco Bura ameshikwa pale kwa traffic, but najua kesho asubuhi yes, I agree with you, because like if he did that, it could only be fair one, you are saying that you're talking about writing to Raila a letter, yet Raila is not here to encounter the what you are saying. And again, if you could have done the letter and show it during that time, that believability could have been there. So that is something that also okay, let's go back to both the parties, and let's see what is happening, especially what people are talking about the NDC. Somebody say this, no one is interested in ODM Linda Ground SDC. Only 2.5K people were watching live, while Linda Mwananchi NDC had 16.1. People are watching live. Okay. Now, there's another thing. Governor James Orengo, this is what Governor James Orengo said. I want to tell the police that any assault on any one of us will be met with consequences. We will pursue you and hold you accountable, and we will also go after those who sent you. That is Orengo during the NDC. This something also that Orengo said. I quote Orengo: "I'm tired of waiting to remove a dictator. You must make his life uncomfortable, give him sleepless nights, and make sure he finds Kenya a very small place. How many people are able to join me to make Kenya uncomfortable for Mr. Kasongo?" That is what Orengo is saying. This is what Babu Owino at the we will respect Oburu as our elder, but not our leader. That is what Babu Owino says in NDC. So if there is a day we are ready to die for the country, it is today. That is James Orengo. Ruto aende ama asiende. So that is what will stay at the NDC. So let's look at what Maverick Kaoko, Maverick Kaoko is usually controversial in her post. Today, ODM is officially gone. Bro says, ha ha ha. Start reading my tweets without emotion. Zingine hata uwezi soma. Somebody is saying this. President William Ruto is creating a system that will be hard to face. He has IG Lagat as a police, Kipchumba Murkomen as he wants to install Katwa Kigen as CJ. Hiyo tumaoni tu za watu hapa. Mimi ndio Sifuna. Baba must be proud of you. That somebody wrote, the future is bright. It blinds my eye. Well, so this is Oburu Odinga officially elected as ODM leader. Yeah, that is what is happening. People are just commenting this. Let me also, these are tweets that everybody is commenting. Let me go back and see what other leaders also who are there are commenting on the NDC. Okay, news. Let's see what is trending again. These are just I'm just looking at what everybody's saying about NDC. But Miguda, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm around. I'm here.
Okay. Now, going forward, because now we've seen the NDC, because I know there's still a lot that we need to discuss. Now, going forward, what's next for ODM? Okay. Hello, Miguda. Okay. Thank you. I think we have issues with Miguda, but to me,
I can hear you. Can you hear
me?
I'm back.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm being reminded to keep an eye on Gachagua interview with Ikonini right now. Is it going on right now? Okay, let me see something here. So Miguda, what is the way forward for ODM?
A way forward for ODM is very simple. I don't know why people are complicating this issue. This is very simple. Oburu, Linda Ground, and the team are going to negotiate with William Ruto. They are going to negotiate in 2027. The Linda Wananchi, Babu, Sifuna, and Orengo are not going to negotiate with Ruto. Henceforth, they are going to form alliance with Gachagua in the United position. Very simple. 2027 is a two-horse race. Gachagua factor, Ruto factor. So which camp are you? This complication whereby they think that miracle will happen. Miracle will not happen. Oburu is going to form alliance with Ruto. There's no way Oburu will quit broad-based arrangement. At the same time, Babu will not work with Oburu and the team because of future politics. Therefore, Babu has also to work with Gachagua and the factor him want to consolidate Mount Kenya votes and the Ukambani votes. Remember, Babu is a Kalonzo candidate. So there's no way Wiper is not going to bring somebody for the gubernatorial. Babu has already talked to Kalonzo to consolidate for him Kamba votes in Nairobi. And you understand. So this you are either in opposition or you are going to be in Ruto camp and Oburu. Because let me tell you, if you say now Babu want to be a third force, how is he going to be a third force? And the Kamba nation and the Kikuyu nation right now are in opposition. If the Kamba nation and Kikuyu nation want to support you, you must be in their camp. You cannot be a third force. Which people are you going to come with the third force? So does it mean that you are going to create your own people? You know, when you're a third force without the nations, it means that you must create your own people and bring them to Kenya and also make them to vote for you. But currently, we have the Kikuyus, we have the Kambas, we have the Luos, we have the Kalejin. So let us work our arithmetic with the people we have. So in my view, the Nairobi governor is going to be supported by the opposition, the Kamba and the Kikuyu nation. So you cannot say that you are a neutral, you are a third force, and people are realigning. So in my view, ODM are split. Other functions will go to the opposition. The other function will remain with William Ruto. That's the way forward for ODM.
And another thing, maybe I would say, like, people like the factions who are in the Linda Mwananchi, especially Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, and James Orengo, I think it is high time that they quit ODM. Because if you find now that party is not attainable, or the party is not sharing the vision and the view that you believe in, instead of fighting and creating all these wrangles that we are seeing, it's just like they should just move and create their own parts. Because remember, when Raila Odinga found that the Ford Kenya, under the leadership of Kijana Wamalwa, was not giving him chance to exercise or to share his vision, he decided to exit Ford Kenya and started his own path, the party and LDP, SDP, until he, at long last, he came and formed ODM. So I think that is one thing that I think, like, Sifuna should and the group should take, rather than keep having these battles. These battles are never won, especially when you find like now ODM, whereby the state is involved. You cannot especially fight the state if they've decided. Look at how the arrangement was done. You know, everything that is happening in ODM right now, it is scripted. Remember, authorities say that the NDC, immediately when they were supposed to have that talk, President William Ruto, the Oburu and Junet went to State House. From there, they had a NEC meeting in Mombasa. So everything is now being controlled, you know. So I don't think like Sifuna has that energy, especially in Orengo, to fight in ODM. But what they can do, they can give ODM space and also fight for their space, rather than going to these court battles. As the way he has said that he cannot be the SG of Oburu. What is the good thing that he should do? Yeah. And remember, when they are coming with the NDC of the people NDC, that they were, you know, what were the resolution that came out of that, you know, and those who attended, you know, those are some of the things that people will keep on asking, you know. And if they can come up with something that now deassociate them with ODM, and then they create their part, that one also will give him more support. Yeah, because at the end of the day, as you said, Winnie, maybe people are very happy. Maybe Winnie might go there and change, you know. Right now, what happened in SDC today was a transfer of a party, yeah, transfer of power. The power came from the Raila's family and is taken back to Oginga's family, that is Oburu. Oburu will be calling the shots, and even Winnie will not be calling the shots. She might be having that influence, but there are some decisions that Winnie will not make, especially. Even talking of these young people and all that, she cannot do that because the way it stands. And another thing also that we have to learn, all these political parties, they are not for Kenyans. These political parties are for individuals. You have to understand. That's why you find that President William Ruto can have influence in ODM. Remember, when Raila was being buried, President William Ruto said that he will not allow anybody to make sure that ODM go back to the opposition. And when he was saying that, he was speaking that as who? As a member of ODM or as who in ODM? You know, and now you are seeing the likes of Babu Namwamba, some, I don't know how many years ago, can be invited in the party. This is the person that the party humiliated that day, you know. Tell me if today they could have invited, why could they not invite Magerer, you know, if it was so special? So it tells you that there is more that is happening than what we understand. So the likes of Orengo, as they continue to fight, give the Oburu faction live at peace, you know, live at peace with ODM. Let them do what they want to do. Let also Sifuna do what you want to do. If people will see it good for you to be given position and you only run for elective seat, if the people believes in you and you are very sure that you have the following, they will give you the position, you know, and you will also create your own path. That is what I think, Mr. Miguda.
Okay, very, very, very good thought, Bro Benson. Very good thought, because let us just be realistic. First, if I want to be Nairobi governor,
yeah,
like Babu Owino, there are no new voters in Nairobi. The people I'm going to meet there are the Kikuyus, Kambas, Luos, Kale majority, and the Orias. So you cannot tell me that I'm going to have a blue party, then I'm not in a coalition or alliance with either Gachagua or Kalonzo. Then Kikus and Kambas are going to vote for me. Or I'm not in alliance with Oburu, and then Luos are going to vote for me. You cannot be in between. You must either be in opposition, because it's about the electorates. Electorates are not neutral. Electorate, there's a DCP electorate, a Wiper electorate, a ODM electorate, and the UDA. So that one we must agree that.
Okay, and I agree with you. And they have to come up with something, because politics interest drives it's interest. So they have to see where the interest is catered for. In ODM now, their interest is not there, and even like the governor Wanga will not allow them, because like they are going to spoil for them, because like, what they are advocating for is not what Gladys Wanga and Oburu Odinga are advocating for. And another thing that also I might observe, ODM will die eventually, because if maybe they can come with something different. As you look at the political party, look at how KANU, immediately when Moi left politics, what happened? KANU will disappear. Today we don't even talk about KANU. You know, come to PNU for Kibaki, immediately he left power. PNU went. Nowadays he's being run by Munya, who is the party leader of PNU. Again, what makes you feel that ODM will stay for long after they departed soul of Raila Amolo Odinga? Because Raila Odinga was the only person who was gluing this political party, yeah, and he knew how to do it. He knew, this is my own business. This is it's something that I started and I invested so much in it. So I think like it is a high time Sifuna and Babu came to their senses and they say, okay, let us start our own path. If your path are with the people, why you fear? Yeah. And Sifuna is saying that he's playing allegiance to the Raila Odinga principles. And yeah, it's okay to play those allegiance to those principles. Those principles can be applied somewhere. You have them, start your own party, bring those, inherit those principles. Those who believe in those principles will follow you, you know. But I don't think that at the end of the day you will win this war, especially what is happening in ODM and where it has reached, because today NDC has ratified and given Oburu being right now officially the ODM party leader. He is going to start negotiation with other like-minded parties. Specifically, they're going to start with the UDA. You are not going to stop that. You are not going to stop that. That is something that is going to take place. So to me, I think the Sifuna camp should just chart their own ways towards 2027. Horia. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking your time to be here with me. Tomorrow morning, we will be having Mzalendo. We will be with Mzalendo on the recap of what took place during the week, including the NDC, two factions of ODM that had their meetings today, and what is the way forward, and who will emerge victorious. Thank you so much, and may God